Hello everyone, Luxans here, your coach of the Cloning Gallades, and today I am here with my Week 8 battle for the PCL. We are fighting Tone again. This is our divisional rematch, well, our first divisional rematch. We still have to play our other two, which are in, pretty sure, the last 2 weeks or something like that. But we fight Tone right now. We already fought him once. We beat him 4-0, which was partly due to some hacks and partly due to Magnezone going in quite hard, which was also enabled heavily due to Drotagon's glares and a few crits here and there. But we beat him, I think, 2-0. I'm pretty sure. If I can check real quick, we did beat him 2-0 last time, and this time we face him again. Of course, he has the draft of Clefable, Nihilego, Porygon Z, Crobat, Seismitoad, Vikavolt with Z moves, Aegislash, Hydreigon with Z moves, Reuniclus, Blossom, and Mega Gallade. And I have brought a team of Groudon, Mega Lopunny, Scolipede, Darkrai, Florges, and Magnezone. Now, my Groudon is a mainly specially defensive Groudon that can take 2 close combats from Mega Gallade most of the time, from Jolly Mega Gallade most of the time, at max HP. It can also live 2 Flash Cannons from Aegislash with the EVs that I have, and it has Leech Seed for pretty much everything on this team that doesn't carry Magic Guard this match, so possibly the Clefable, possibly the Reuniclus, depends on whether they have Magic Guard or not. We have Stealth Rock because I need the Rocker. Rocks are quite essential in this match, so I decided to put him on Groudon because he was the only mon that I could put rocks on, and he's also the main reason. That's also the main reason why Groudon came this week. Gligar, I didn't feel like I should bring it. He could easily abuse that, knowing what I did with it last time. Same goes for Drotagon. He could easily abuse that with like Hydreigon or with his Aegislash to set up on. So I didn't want to bring that with rocks. So Groudon is here. He can, well, 2 of his main offensive threats, and if Hydreigon isn't like Specs Draco, he won't be able to like break through me if I click Synthesis on, like, if I'm in on the Hydreigon, he clicks Draco and I Synthesis, you know. And also C-Bomb is good for the Seismitoad because I had that. That's basically it. Next we have my Mega Lopunny, which was Return, Drain Punch, Substitute, Encore. Now my plan was to what's it called? Have something get killed by the Aegislash. If something gets killed by the Aegislash, I could Encore him into a Ghost move, or yeah, that was basically my plan. I could Encore him into a Ghost move. I could Encore things after sub. So let's say Clefable keeps spamming Clefable clicks Protect. I can Encore that and sub up. You know, stuff like that. We had Drain Punch and we had Return because sub Drain Punch makes more sense than sub high jump kick, in my opinion, and we have Return as our main stab. We have Vanguard or Scolipede, which was meant to be Poisoning Z, but I actually forgot to put it back on after trading and stuff. So that was not the smartest of me. It could have affected the match very bad. Like, it could have had quite a bit of an impact on the match. We'll see that in a sec. I was Mega Horn, Poison Jab, Earthquake, Sword Stance. My plan was basically to, if something dies, like let's say he has the Clefable out, something dies in front of the Clefable, I can just go into Scolipede, click Sword Stance, and we would be able to poison him, just Poison Jab that if he's Magic Guard. If he's unaware, we can just Poison him Z. We can just Mega Horn the Hydreigon. We need to get Chip on the Seismitoad. That was my main concern, as Mega Horn would need quite a bit, especially even with Rocks up, we need like 20 to 30% chip. So that Reuniclus obviously dies. Aegislash doesn't die to a +2 Earthquake, which is, it's an Aegislash, of course. So, and Gallade would die to +2 Mega Horn anyway. We have a sub Darkrai as well, with Leftovers and Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, substitute Ice Beam. Plan was basically force a switch, get the sub. We can Dark Pulse pretty much everything on this team. We have Ice Beam for the Hydreigon, and we have Sludge Bomb for the Clefable. We have Specs Magnezone once again. put in a lot of work last time, so I decided to bring it again, but with a bit different IVs. Now not to outspeed Seismitoad, but now more of a bulky variant. We have Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, HP Grass for the Seismitoad, and Volt Switch. As soon as the Seismitoad will be gone, I would just be able to collect Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, just basically for free. And Tone, in the coach chat, in our coach chat, he basically showed a bit of a dislike towards a certain Pokemon named Florges. So, because he showed the dislike to our girl Florges, Rosemary, I decided to bring it, and it's an offensive set. I brought Moonblast in Power Ground, Giga Drain, and Psychic with a Choice Scarf. Moonblast could KO the Gallade. HP Ground could do like 50% to a Blade Aegislash. Thing he would be able to kill me. Clefable is the main problem with that. It doesn't really take much. Hydreigon, if he's not Scarfed, a Moonblast will just blow him back, probably unexpectedly, because it's a Scarf Florges. Giga Drain for the Seismitoad, and we had Psychic for like the Nihilego and that kind of stuff, but he didn't end up bringing that. And Reuniclus is also a bit of a problem against that. But let's get right into the match here, as we're just gonna skip ahead real quick. We are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Tone. He actually leads off with his Galley, which is not something I was necessarily expecting. I was expecting a Seismitoad or a what's it called, lead. I was expecting a Seismitoad or possibly a Clefable lead, so I wanted to just go Grotto and immediately get up my rocks, get up a Leech Seed possibly. As he clicks Ice Punch here, but as Ice Punch does less than close combat, since base power calculation, blah 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 blah, math stuff, I decided I can just Leech Seed here, and thinking that he wouldn't stay in, I'm pretty sure I click Rocks here, as he does actually switch out, wanting to get rid of the Leech Seed on his Mega Gallade. He goes into Clefable, we get a Rocks up here, which is huge for me, because Rocks really affect some Scolipede rolls on his team, and a few Rock switch-ins could really make or break this game for me. Now, I decided to go hard Magnezone here, because I didn't see what he'd do to Grotto at this point in the game. But he actually clicks Knockoff here, wanting to knock off my Eviolite, of course. And this man reveals to be Fire Blast. Also, that was, I'm pretty sure, either a max roll for knockoff, or, what's it called? Hold up, let me pause the video real quick. I'm pretty sure that was a max roll for knockoff. Or he put attack investment into this Clefable. Either way, he's faster, does a shit ton of damage, and I just made a mispredict because I thought he'd go out into the Seismitoad. But he does actually end up staying in, which is quite unfortunate for me, as he just clicks Fire Blast. He clicks Knockoff again, preventing me to switch, which is his best play, of course. Here I decide to go into Rosemary to... I didn't really have anything else that I wanted to go into, because my entire team actually got fucked by Clefable at this point, and I didn't realize it. He went for Knockoff, which really surprised me. I think he thought I'd be more of a defensive set and not do as much damage. But we are an offensive Florges, and Florges actually picks up a kill with Moonblast here, which is very nice. As the Clefable is now dead, which was a huge threat to my team with this set. Here he goes into Reuniclus, as I expected him to just straight up click Psyshock here. So I got into my Darkrai. He actually opts to go for the Trick Room, which, what the fuck? And I double out immediately back into Florges, as that is my most disposable member right now. And it would take a Signal Beam and a Focus Blast, either or, due to its natural Special Bulk and Resist. He does end up having Signal Beam, so my thought process here is he's probably Trick Room, Signal Beam, like Psyshock and Shadow Ball for the, what's it called, for the Cresselia. He does click Signal Beam again, predicting me to switch to Darkrai. I just click Moonblast here for damage. as this reveals that he has like no special defensive vest. So we let Rosemary die here. We go into our grotto. It is our most expendable member right now at this point in the game, and I just need to basically force him not to kill me in a sense. So I decide to try and bait out the signal beam and switch into Lopunny, which can take that. It can take it alright, not amazingly, but here I just Mega Evolve and click return. So this is where a little bit of hacks happened. You might be like, what kind of hacks? It's just a return, right? Well, you'll see in about half a second. We click return on a Seismitoad switch in. I mean a Seismitoad switch in, and we do actually manage to get a crit, which allows me to click Drain Punch here, which is actually quite a huge thing, because this means that we have enough health after Rocky Helmet damage to get up a sub still. If I had to click return there again, then I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able to get up a sub. So that crit was actually huge for me having to play this game, like for the way I could play this game, because now I can sub in front of the Gallade as he Drain Punches, which I can now make use of and just click Encore to ensure that he has to go for Drain Punch next turn or switch out or whatever. He does get a bit of health back, but we go for Encore here, force him to go for Drain Punch, as he does unfortunately kill our Mega Lopunny with the Gallade. Nico goes down, but now that he's locked into Drain Punch, we do get a free turn of whatever we want. And with that free turn, I go into my Scolipede with Mega Horns, Poison Jab, Earthquake, Sword Stance, with no Poison EMZ, and we just click Sword Stance here. Now, he goes into his Hydreigon, Anankos, as he switches in on the rocks. We get our Sword Stance up, we get our speed boost, and we are now in a winning position. Here he does reveal to have leftovers on his Hydreigon, so he's not Scarf. Any defensive build for Hydreigon will die to +2 Mega Horn. So we click +2 Mega Horn here. Now the problem with this is we had to click Mega Horn. With Poison EMZ, I could have possibly clicked that on this thing. I could have possibly clicked that on something else that can come out. Not on this thing. This thing we just Earthquake. And here Tone actually makes quite an interesting play to me. He opts to go for, because Shield Aegislash would not die to one Earthquake. I did calc that. But he opts to go for the Sword Stance, which is a very interesting play to me, because I think a Gyro Ball at this point, Gyro Ball into like Shadow Sneak, would have possibly killed. I'm not sure, but here it does reveal to be Shadow Sneak and does a massive chunk to Scolipede right here. Which honestly, like, that's so much for a base 40 move, but still, it's an Aegislash. What do you do about it? We do get the kill here with Earthquake. And this moment right here is why I wish I hadn't forgotten the Poison EMZ. Because Poison EMZ would have killed Gallade from full, right? Mega Horn also does. But Mega Horn has like a 20% chance to miss, and he has Shadow Sneak. So, if I had not landed this Mega Horn, I would have probably lost right then and there. Because all I have right at this point is Grotto, which cannot 1v1 this Reuniclus, and Darkrai, which can 1v1 the Reuniclus. But we do just get to click Mega Horn 3 times and land all of them actually, which I'm very grateful for. And we do pick up the 3-0 win against Tone right here. This puts us at an overall of 6-2, which is very nice. We are now officially the #1 in our division, beating Tone, which he was number 2, but we had the same like win-loss, so whoever lost this one would be the second division. Either way, good game to Tone. I do think that return crit really mattered, as it forced me, as it allowed me to play safer against him in a way. Like, had that not happened, I would have had to probably go into Grottle, force out like a bunch of shit, probably sack Darkrai to Mega Gallade to get an Encore going, and then go into Scolipede, or like try and sack Grottle to Gallade. Either way, it would have been a very different game, I think, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Good game to Tone though, and I'll see you guys next week for our battle versus the Chicago Beartics. Peace out.